So friends, in the previous video, we started with combination reaction and its daily life example. Also, we studied some of the reaction based on combination reaction. Today, we will be starting with another type of reaction, that is decomposition reaction. Now let's start with its definition to understand its meaning. So it's a reaction in which a single reactant breaks down to give simpler products. So a single potential reactant breaks down into two or more products. As its name suggests, decomposition, that is, the reactant gets decomposed to two or more products. Diagrammatically, it can be shown like this. A is the reactant which when undergoes decomposition reaction and it forms various products like B, C and D, etc. The decomposition reaction is very vast reaction and it decomposes through various means, which is then again categorized into its various types based on the form of energy which is supplied to the reactant to break down, which is heat, electricity and through light. If the energy supplied to the reactant is through heat, it is called thermal decomposition reaction. Second type is electrolytic decomposition reaction, if the form of energy is through electricity. The third type is photo decomposition reaction, if the form of energy is light, that is, the reaction is taking place in the presence of light. So now let's just start with the first one, that is So what do we observe on heating ferrous sulfate crystals? A smell which is characteristic of the burning sulfur with a reddish brown precipitate of ferric oxide is obtained, the reaction of which can be represented as there is only one reactant and two or more products are formed, in which one precipitate of ferric oxide Fe2O3 in solid form is formed over here, and the starting material, that is the ferrous sulfate crystal, is also of the solid form, and also two gases are evolved during the reaction. One is of sulfur dioxide and the second one is sulfur trioxide. These gases are liberated and this sulfur dioxide gives that characteristic smell of burning sulfur. Now take another example which of thermal decomposition, which is lead nitrate decomposition. So we observe that the brown fumes which is coming out of the test tube is nothing but of nitrogen dioxide here, which is a gas which is liberated during the reaction. This is the formula of the lead nitrate and it is the reactant which is heated. So it is the symbol which stands for heating, a triangle on the top of the arrow. Also we obtain a yellow precipitate of lead oxide, which is PbO. Also in the products we get oxygen gas which is liberated during the reaction. Now guys, I assume that you all have understood the meaning of decomposition reaction and its reactions. Now we'll move to the next type, which is electrolysis of water. So guys, we are going to discuss electrolysis of water. This is the overall experimental setup of this experiment. Where you can see there is a beaker filled with water and there are two electrodes. These are carbon electrodes which are then connected to a battery. Battery is having positive and negative signs, which also corresponds to the sign carried by these electrodes. So in this experiment, we will pass electricity through water and we will observe what happens in the beaker. So when this was done, we observe that two gases are actually liberating at each electrode. Now here you can already see which gases are liberating, but what's the reason behind their evolution? Let's study in deep. So as you can see the overall experiment, you can see that electrodes are having respective signs as negative and positive. When electricity is passed through water, that is this H2O over here, it breaks into its respective ions, that is H plus ion and O2 2 negative ion. H plus is a positively charged ion, or you can say a cation, whereas O2 2 negative is a negatively charged ion or anion. These ions are carrying opposite signs, and having opposite signs, they will be attracted towards this oppositely charged electrode over here. Now they will be attracted to these electrodes with the help of a force, which is a force of attraction known as electrostatic force of attraction. That means this H plus ion will be attracted to this negatively charged electrode, and O2 2 negative ion will be attracted to this positively charged electrode. After few minutes, there will be a collection of H plus ions around this electrode, and there will be a collection of O2 2 negative ions near this electrode. These ions, they combine among themselves, that is H plus combined with another H plus to form this H2. Similarly, O2 2 negative also combines with other O2 2 negative ion to form this O2 gas, commonly known as oxygen gas, and this one is commonly known as hydrogen gas. Now you all got the reason. What is the science behind the evolution of these gases, and that too near a particular electrode? Now since these both of them are gases, they will show their presence in the liquid by forming bubbles. We have already observed while we conducted this experiment. Now to confirm the presence of these gases, there is one confirmatory test conducted called as combustible gas test. Now in combustible gas test, we actually bring a burning matchstick near both the electrodes where the gases are evolving. When the burning matchstick was brought near this hydrogen gas, it immediately vanishes, and when it is brought near this oxygen gas, it keeps on burning. Now the reason behind this is H2, that is hydrogen gas, is not a supporter of combustion, whereas oxygen gas supports combustion. This again confirms the presence of these gases around these electrodes, and hence confirm this overall experiment. Now let's see some more minute details of this experiment. These are the conclusions that we saw. This type of test is called combustible gas test. This confirms our experiment, and now we are ready to write its reaction. Let's see how it looks like. So when we supply electrical energy, the water decomposes into hydrogen and oxygen gases respectively. The reaction of which is shown like this. We have this H2O and this H2 gas, and this O2 gas is liberated, and we need to write electric current over here because it is a form of energy which is making this reaction work. Otherwise the reaction will not take place. This is the reaction about the electrolysis of water, or a type of decomposition reaction in which the energy is provided to the starting material or the reactant in the form of electricity. Now let's see the third type of decomposition reaction, which is when energy is provided in the form of light. So we observe that this AgCl or AgBr, when it is placed under light, it turns grey due to decomposition into silver metal. Silver metal, you all know, it is gray in color, and this reaction is written like this. So here you see this AgCl. We have specified here white color, solid form, and when it is placed in light forms this silver metal which has the color gray, and this chlorine gas is Cl2, that is nothing but chlorine gas which is liberating. So in the next reaction I have written about the AgBr. You can see the AgBr reaction. Now the starting material or the AgBr is of yellow color. Its form is solid, again sunlight. Now it again turns into gray and with another gas which is liberating, it is bromine. Now this reaction is very much used in black and white photography, and which is a very much famous practical use. So that's all about the decomposition reaction. I hope you all enjoyed it. So thank you so much guys. There is so much to share about chemistry. So stay connected with me at my channel by subscribing it. Also like it, share it with your friends. Stay motivated, stay positive, because we have got Chemoholic.